So you're running Google Ads for your real estate wholesaling business, but you're not getting leads for whatever reason. Now, if that is the case, then you're gonna wanna stay tuned to the rest of this video because I'm gonna jump on my computer in just a second and show you what's happening with your campaign, that you're not driving enough traffic, that you're not showing up on enough results, hint, hint, and the reason that you're not getting leads in your real estate wholesale business. But before I jump onto my computer, hit the like and subscribe button. I drop more content like this every single week. And if you want free access to my Google Ads course, go to cartercrowley.com and download it for free there. Now, without further ado, let's jump onto my computer and dive into this together. Okay, so we are on the Google main page for this ads account that I specifically manage. Now, as you're looking at this data, the one thing that I want to make you aware of, we just switched landing pages about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So we're collecting more data on that. But let's dive into this really quick. So we're looking back about a week's worth of data. 19 clicks, $38 per click, pretty average in this market. 390 impressions, pretty decent. 0 conversions though. And this is cost per conversion, but there's been 0 conversions. So I'm thinking in my mind, what is going on? Like how do we not have a single conversion after 19 clicks? Are we showing up on legitimate searches? I've already fact checked that. That is the case. What else is going on behind the scenes that you or I might not necessarily realize right away, but could be happening? So what we need to do is we go and look at the ad group level. We're not going to be able to figure this out on the campaign level. We have to look at the ad group level. And specifically what I'm going to refer to in this video is the different columns that we have set up. So in any specific set, you can click through these. You can basically just click through and decide what you want to evaluate your data based upon. And then you can click save and apply or whatever the case is. I don't need to change anything because I just went through this on my personal side. Now, what I would say is Google over the years has changed the information that they will allow you to see. So in the past, Google used to show basically your average ranking on the Google Ads platform. So if you were in the number 1 spot, the number 2 spot, the number 3 spot, or 4, 5, 6, or 7, 8, 9, or whatever the case might be, they used to show that information. They do not show that information anymore. Instead, they give you what's called an impression share. And in the simplest terms, as I already stated, we had 390 impressions. So 390 people technically saw our advertisements. But was that on page 1? Was that on page 2? Was that on page 3 of Google? What was going on there? And this is what we need to dive into. So what I would specifically do is I'm going to go in the ad group level, and then the 2 columns that I'm going to look at are search impression share and then search top impression share. So you see both of those right here. And this is, again, a week's worth of data, but search impression share. So out of the total amount of impressions that we could get, our highest one, we're getting 30% at the highest, which is less than 1/3 of the time we're actually showing up on the results. Pretty minimal. Like that's not great. Ideally, and this is typically due to a budgeting thing or a cost per click basis, how much we're willing to bid per keyword. I would shoot for 60 to 70% of the time, especially if you have decent keywords, a decent negative keyword list. 60 to 70% of the time gets you the highest quality traffic possible. And if you don't have that, then obviously you're going to get clicks, as I had showed you, but 0 conversions. But there's a second avenue of this, and this is search top impression share. Now, when you go and do any sort of Google search, you're going to show up, or on the top 3 results are pretty much the prominent position for advertising. If you do not show up on those top 3 results, your conversion rate drops drastically. So on our advertisements, this is even lower than the impression share. We're showing up on the top 3 results for this ad group, the We Buy Houses ad group, 27% of the time. 1/4 of the time, we're actually showing up. The other 75% of the time, we're not in the top 3 results. So we're getting these random impressions, possibly these random clicks, and they're probably not on the greatest searches. or they're not on the highest quality traffic. So what we need to do, how to increase this, is obviously you need a higher quality score that comes into play. Your ads need to be good. They need to be, the copywriting within them needs to be proper. But generally speaking, you need a higher budget. You need to be willing to spend more per click to compete with the bigger and better companies that might be getting more of the advertising share. And you need to be willing to push that budget in order to get the highest conversion rate possible. Now, time will only tell how far we get within this campaign, how high our conversion rate can actually get. The only thing that we can do is test and retest and adjust budgets. And that's why I say Google Ads is not for the low budget individual. You need to have a budget. You need to be willing to spend money, because on average in most marketplaces across the United States, especially if you're very direct and you're not targeting a mass area, you will typically be spending between $20 to $50 per click, and that can get expensive. If you're wanting to receive 10 to 20 clicks per day, just do the math within your head and you will figure out what budget you have. But if you guys need help, if you want to dive into my Google Ads Masterclass, cartercrowley.com. It is 100% free. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe button, and I will talk to you in the next one.